Hey man, y'all see the title of the video? Y'all said y'all wanted me to go back through the history of Eminem's beefs, so y'all see what's going on. Shout out to the actual creator of the videos. I linked them down in the description below. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Like, cannabis?
Yes, can we talk about that? What's the situation there?
Cannabis?
What happened?
Cannabis? I don't know what happened. Like, you talking about with me and him or his career? Because either one would be the same answer.
You and him, man. What sparked that? I mean, I'm surprised. That kind of came from nowhere.
I don't know. He's like on some fake shit. Like, his shit came out of left field. Like, you gotta ask him.
Damn.
There have been very few rappers who have had the courage to actually battle Eminem at his very best. Eminem was no stranger to beefs and drama in his heyday, but one beef that gave him a run for his money was his beef with rapper Cannabis. Today we break down the entire history of Eminem versus Cannabis. Let's get into it. In the late 90s, a battle rapper by the name of Cannabis began gaining traction, as well as an MC by the name of Eminem. M had mutual respect for Cannabis, as he could be heard on interviews giving props to Cannabis, even calling him the best battle MC in the game. This beef started in 1998 before Eminem even signed with Aftermath. It all started when Cannabis and LL Cool J began their feud. LL had a track called 4321 with DMX, Method Man, Redman, and of course, Cannabis. On Cannabis's original verse, he said, "Yo, L, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that."
Method, where the guards at? Redman, where the squad at? L, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that.
LL saw this as disrespect, so he called Cannabis, telling him that he has to change his verse in order to stay on the song. So that's what Cannabis did, and on October 14th, 1997, the official track was released. Cannabis
That's kind of weak, LL, but maybe I'm missing something.
didn't like that. LL made him change his verse. So on March 24th, 1998, Cannabis dropped a track called Second Round KO, taking shots at LL Cool J. Just a month later, on April 28th, 1998, LL Cool J released his response diss track on Cannabis called The Ripper Strikes Back. According to Eminem, Cannabis's manager at the time told Cannabis that M actually wrote LL Cool J's response track towards him. So Cannabis invited Eminem to the music video shoot for his track I Honor You so they can talk about the situation. Eminem would deny that he wrote LL's diss track. Cannabis would then ask Eminem once again if he wrote it or not.
That's whack. Hey, if you got somebody writing your diss track, that's lame, man. That's lame. That's an automatic L. Automatic.
In which Eminem would reply saying that he's a grown man and that he would tell him if he wrote it or not. Eminem would then tell Cannabis that he wants to make a song with him, in which Cannabis responded telling M that he should get to know him first, which Eminem felt that he was being disrespectful towards him.
I don't know if I want to get into the whole story. Like, I met him at his video shoot, like, 4 years ago, when he was just about to blow. And everyone thought he was going to be the next big thing. And
They were wrong.
they were wrong. And, yo, honestly, he was an asshole. Like, he played himself. Like, to me, like, Clef, they thought I did the LL diss record. They thought I wrote LL's response. And, like, that's why they called me down to the video shoot. And, like, Clef had asked me, did I write it? And I was like, no, I didn't write it. And and then Cannabis, like, asked me separately from Clef. And I was like, dog, I'm a grown man. I'll tell you if I wrote it. I didn't write it. And he was like, yo, B, I'm not going to say that I believe you. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust nobody in this game and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, look, I didn't write it. And I like your style. And hopefully, maybe one day we can do a record together. And he was like, yo, B, you get to know me first. Come hang out with me first. And walked away and left me standing there like an asshole. So
I have no idea how Cannabis sound, but that shit sound goofy as hell with the way Eminem trying to articulate Cannabis. He sound like a heavy ass smoker or some shit. I don't know. I gotta hear the way Cannabis sound.
I'm like, I didn't know what the guy's problem was.
This is when the beef would officially begin, as Eminem's feelings towards Cannabis changed after this incident. Later that year, on September 8th, 1998, Cannabis dropped his debut studio album, Can I Bus?, which would sell around 127,000 copies within the first week and received negative reviews. Months later, Eminem dropped his major label debut, the Slim Shady LP.
Hey, go check out that reaction, man. I watched the whole thing. Go check out that reaction, man. I'll link that bitch.
On February 23rd, 1999, and on the track Role Model, he took subliminal shots at Cannibus, where he referenced being accused of ghostwriting LL Cool J's response track. Now, on the radio edit of Role Model, he directly mentions Cannabis's bars from his alleged LL Cool J diss back on the song 4321, but he still mentions Cannabis on the official release. This is where the beef officially took to wax, but Eminem didn't stop there.
Hey, I ain't even catch that. When I was reacting, I didn't even catch that.
On June 15th, 1999, Sway and King Tech dropped their collab album This or That. Eminem had a track on this album called Get You Mad, and on this track, he once again takes direct shots at Cannabis.
Lesson 3, get a job at a label. Switch demos with Cannabis and put yours on the owner's table.
That same year, Eminem was doing an interview and was asked if he can go back and change anything he said and what it would be, in which M replied saying that he would take back when he said Cannabis was dope, because he isn't. According to Eminem, that summer of 1999, Cannabis came to see him on the Warped Tour and apologized to him to squash their beef. He even asked if Eminem was still up for doing a collaboration.
Eminem goofy as hell, man. Look at this man. 2 trailer park girls get around the outside. You feel me? 2 big trailer park girls, you feel me?
In which M said he was still down for it. It was set for Eminem to be on Cannabis' second album, 2000 BC. M was supposed to feature on the third verse on the track Fuck You, but eventually Eminem said he wasn't feeling the song, so he actually declined his feature.
And he came to see me on tour and apologized on the Warped Tour. He came on my bus and apologized for the way he acted and said maybe we can do a record together. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Well, Paul brought me a track. He brought me a track like a few months later that I wasn't feeling. So I was like, yo, tell him I'm not really feeling the whole concept. And at the time, I was busy. Like I was, you know, I had the world like racing around me at that time and I didn't really know what was happening. So I declined to do the record and told him maybe we could do something else, you know, in the future, whatever, when I got time to like really sit down and collaborate with him. Next thing I know, the record comes out, same beat, same track he gave me, called Fuck You, with a song that sounded like he was dissing me. And people said that it sounded like he was dissing LL, and it sounded like he was dissing me at the same time, so I couldn't really judge it.
On the day before the release of this album, Cannabis would appear.
He said, she said shit. Damn. That's how beef gets started, man.
Hot 97, where he did a 100-bar freestyle. And on this freestyle, he allegedly dissed Eminem when he said he was whack because he wasn't black.
Listen, it's not like I'm whack, it's not like I can't rap, it's not like I'm not black.
The next day, on July 18th, 2000, Cannabis dropped his second studio album, 2000 BC. And on the track Fuck You that Eminem was supposed to rap the third verse on, Cannabis actually dissed Eminem on this verse.
Try to diss me now, how you sound? Yo, whoever signed you must be running the circus, cause you a clown. You a rapper with a drug habit, hiding the truth, camouflaging your needle tracks with some colorful tattoos. You was never equipped for this, never equipped to spit with bitch. I never quit, I got a gift for the art, a low maintenance cost, no physical moving parts. So look inside yourself and tell me what you see. If you see a hungry nigga, and you looking at me, and it's alright if you don't trust me, cause I don't trust you.
Eminem got wind of this, so he and Proof appeared on Tim Westwood, where they would spit a freestyle over LL Cool J's 4321 beat. During this freestyle, they took direct shots at Cannabis.
Plus I provoke you and then I bust. Freestyles y'all can't trust, I'm like cannibus. Yeah. I bust, can I bust? No you can't, well yes I can, cause I'm Slim Shady and I'm the man.
Hey, yo, we flex styles like a bicep. I found out what Cannabis money went. I borrowed $1 from Wyclef.
The next year, on October 30th, 2000.
Hey, at least they went to the booth, you feel me? They ain't online. Well, they couldn't do it online. But hey, that's when rap used to be rap, man.
Cannabis dropped his third studio album, See True Hollywood Stories, and on the track You Didn't Care, Cannabis actually continues the story of Eminem's song Stan. On the third verse, Cannabis disses Eminem, where he brought up the ghostwriting incident and also says that Eminem himself was once a stan for him.
What up, Adam? It's your biggest fan. It's not even necessary to introduce who I am by now, cause we're good friends. Remember the letter I wrote before Atlanta on Up in Smoke? That's the day I was gonna cut your throat. I meant we should start a group. The industry's full of Slim, but I don't wanna you. That you was ghostwriting for L, but that wasn't true. You was looking at him the same way I'm looking at you. Why can't we be friends, Em? I don't want nothing from you. You see, there's a little bit of Stan in all of us.
On May 26th, 2002, Eminem dropped his fourth studio album, The Eminem Show, and on multiple tracks, he takes shots at Cannabis. The song Square Dance, Eminem takes many shots at him and even refers to him as Canna Bitch.
I'll be brief and let me just keep simple. Cannabis don't want no beef with Slim, no. Don't square dance with me. Don't square dance with me. No parts of me.
The next song is Say What You Say, which is a diss towards Jermaine Dupri, but Eminem referred to Cannabis, calling him out for not using punchlines in his disses towards him, and also mentioned him later on in the song.
If you ever mix me up or confuse me with a Cannabis, a Dre with a Dupri.
Finally, the last song on the album.
Hey, you see, no subliminals, dog. They was saying names, dog. Fuck all the subliminal shit. God damn.
Where he disses Cannabis is on the track When the Music Stops. This diss is very creative. While Eminem was taking subliminal shots at Cannabis, his verse was a satire of Cannabis's well-known DJ Clue freestyle.
For me now, to see you freestyle, talk is cheap, motherfucker. If you really feeling frog asleep.
A couple months later, Eminem hosted a DJ K-Slay mixtape, and on the first track, he freestyled over the Love Me beat from the 8 Mile soundtrack. And on this freestyle, he takes shots at Cannabis.
I've made beats for Jay-Z for free. Page me, you need a beat, you Cannabis.
On October 1st, 2002, Exhibit dropped his fourth studio album, Man vs. Machine. And on the track Say My Name with Eminem on his...
Hey, I ain't think they exchanged this many bars. Like, goddamn, they're going back and forth on songs. Goddamn.
He took more shots directed at Cannabis.
I had my kicked by Moby if I let some in a can like this cop over me.
The next month,
Hey, I reacted to that one too. Go check that out. But I ain't even catch that. I'm catching a lot of shit in this video, man.
on November 19th, 2002, Cannibus dropped his fourth studio album, Mic Club, The Curriculum. On this album, two of the tracks, he took shots at Eminem. The first was on the track Dr. C, PhD, where he would not only take shots at Eminem, but also took shots at M's best friend, rapper Proof.
Didn't win cause I can't lose. Get a fancy chance to choose. You, who's the illest? Who's you really up to? Rapid fire, you better run for the pacifier. Tie you up and dry you in the saliva quagmire till your oxygen expires and your lungs dry up. Cause you said this ain't dope, you a damn liar.
The second was on the track Curriculum 101, where he would diss the entire industry as well as Eminem.
Black man, no, what about the great white hope? What? Man, you must be sniffing great white coat. Don't you know that's like Gary Coleman fighting a hoe? Still not even quite that close. A great white fighting your rubber dinghy boat 50 miles out from the coast. What the f is the madness with you?
Another reference to Eminem on this album was actually the disc of the CD itself.
Hey, shout out to them. At least they rapping, you feel me? They rapping, man. They rapping.
Which included a word search in which the words Battle Me Slim Shady can be seen on the puzzle. I couldn't find a clear image of the disc online, so I actually bought the CD to show y'all the disc. So as you can see, here's the CD, My Club, The Curriculum.
Dedication.
Now I try to highlight over it with permanent marker to give y'all a better understanding of it, but I kind of highlighted over the word Slim. But as you can see right there, Battle, and then right there on the right it says Me, and then as you can see it makes up Slim, and then backwards Shady. So just a cool little Easter egg by Cannabis on the disc of his CD, Mic Club, The Curriculum. Eminem was engaged in a beef with co-owner of The Source, Benzino, in late 2002. And on Benzino's diss track towards Eminem called Pull Your Skirt Up, he says that if he was 5 shades darker, he'd be as relevant as Cannabis, insinuating that people only care for him because he's white. The next month, on November 21st, 2002, Eminem dropped his response diss track on Benzino called Nail in the Coffin. And on this track, he changed his voice in a...
Hey, I reacted to that one too, dog. Y'all go check that out. That shit went crazy. I think that was probably my...
the song to
I'll say at least top 3.
sound like Cannibus, and he also name-dropped Cannibus as well.
Here, let me break this down in layman's terms for you just to make sure that you can understand it. So Cannabis ain't using too many complicated words for you.
The next year, in 2003, Cannabis dropped the Brainstream EP, and on the track How Many MCs, he goes directly at Eminem.
But I heard him call my name a couple times in a couple of his rhymes, and I thought about it a couple times. Is he looking for a response, or is he being a jerk? Or am I just too involved in my work? I thought to myself, why he put my name in his verse? When he said I wasn't ill, he just made things worse. That's when I recognized what Stan was worth. The only man on earth that could reverse the Cool J curse.
The track listing to Cannabis's album Rip the Jacker released a couple of months before the album actually dropped, and the track MC Creasy, it was heavily rumored there was an Eminem diss on the track. On July 22nd, 2003, Cannabis dropped his 5th studio album, Rip the Jacker, and sure enough, on the track MC Creasy, he took subliminal shots at Eminem, saying that M can't battle him, so he'd rather embarrass him. A couple months later, Eminem would respond on September 23rd when Obi Trice dropped his mixtape The Bar Is Open. On the Funk Flex interlude, Eminem played as other rappers imitating them, asking them what their thoughts are on Obi Trice. At the end, Eminem played as Cannabis and even pretended to shoot him at the end of the skit.
Yo, this is Cannabis, the rhyme analyst. I ain't feeling no Trice. I hope he gets covered and smothered in tarantulas. Before metaphors were reservoir dogs, before Christ was hung on the cross, before...
Things would get interesting on October 20th, 2003. Eminem had his birthday party at Proof's favorite club, and M was allegedly supposed
I fuck with that fit, though. Okay. But he looked like a nerd. But he looked like a nerd for real, man.
of Cannabis at this club. This wasn't the case, though. It was actually Proof that was supposed to battle Cannabis. When they got there, Cannabis was waiting for them, in which Eminem was eyeballing him, but Proof revealed that it was just a Cannabis lookalike. Eminem would then continue to call him a Cannabis once again. The next month, in November 2003, is where this beef would get even crazier. Eminem recorded several unreleased tracks on a CD that he burnt for his brother Nate to listen to. Somebody somehow got their hands on these songs, and eventually, these songs were burnt on a CD and released on a bootleg called Straight from the Lab. Amongst those tracks was a song called Cannabis, which was a diss track Eminem had recorded towards Cannabis. This track was rumored to be recorded in 2002 before the Eminem show dropped.
Now, once upon a time, not long.
Hey, I reacted to this one too. And this one of my most recent ones too. But y'all go check that one out. But goddamn, I'll fuck with this one.
There was a little rapper about to blow, but his album came and it was not good. I think it went let a double copper wood. So the silly little fans, they were misled by a nerdy internet computer hip hop head. Me and you, Clef, we're gonna make some cash. Grab the silver paint and let's paint my ass. This little antagonist fat dick sucking XLL Cool J fan from Windsor. I'm about to murder little Kenny Canista, you bastard. I ain't wanna have to dish ya. Cannabis, where the f you at? I miss ya. Cannabis, oh cannabis. Wherefore art thou cannabis? Please tell me what happened with that style that you were rapping with. Cannabis, oh cannabis. Are you from Los Angeles, New York, or just a janitor from Canada? Oh cannabis.
There are a couple of theories going around about how this track actually was leaked. The first being that Eminem himself actually leaked the tracks to distract people from the racist basement tapes that Benzino leaked trying to ruin Eminem's career. The second theory is that Benzino himself actually got his hands on these songs to antagonize Eminem further and create more problems. Cannabis would not respond due to his duties in the US military. When Cannabis would come back on August 22nd, 2004, he...
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. How you gonna be Cannabis and be a rap? What the fuck? That shit confusing. What the hell?
on the Wake Up Show with Sway and Tech. And when he was asked about Eminem, he didn't want to answer any questions about him. But he was also asked how the beef started, and he said that it started due to communication problems. Sway would then mention the Cannabis diss track Eminem made, in which Cannabis said that when he was in the army, somebody played it for him, but the track didn't start a fire in him because he felt M didn't say anything worthwhile, and that it was a weak attempt. A month later, in September 2004, on a Cannabis fan site, it was revealed that he had been posting on the site secretly under the name Dewatcha. One of the mods on the site set up a Q&A session with Cannabis.
He got caught with a burner in 2004, man. He on his KD shit. God damn, Cannabis.
The question that was asked was, what was the reasoning and meaning behind the album See True Hollywood Stories? In which he responded saying, ironically, I take pleasure in seeing what it means to you all. I sometimes picture that there is a gauntlet of pissed off people that I have to run through about CTHS. In the songs that were recorded around that time, I mildly remember quotes here and there about my mental, musical, and emotional state. Statements that came from me, of course. I was delusioned with the relationship between what I wanted and what I already had. I wanted Eminem to know that I took Stan personally because of what transpired between us both. I will come clean and tell you all that I played the role and hurt him deeply. If it's any consolation to you, I was crushed tenfold when I heard Stan. Yes, besides the fact that I heard the record maybe a couple hundred short of 1 million times. Even then, I knew that my opportunity to make things right with M was nil. So what Cannibus is saying here is that basically Eminem made the song Stan because Eminem was such a huge fan of Cannabis, but then when he actually got the chance to meet him, Cannabis was treating him badly. Cannabis also said that an intern from Shady Records called him up asking if he wanted to battle someone at Rigmarol's Fight Club, which is a place in New York where any MC can battle any MC, regardless if they are signed or not. He also said that he later got an email from someone saying that Eminem was actually the one who wanted to battle at Fight Club. After that, this beef would seemingly die down besides a few subliminal shots here and there. A couple months later, on November 12, 2004, Eminem dropped his 5th studio album, Encore, and on the track Never Enough, he throws shots at Cannabis, basically saying that he had all this time to come up with a diss towards him, but after squashing the beef, M is basically saying that Cannabis is backing down from the battle.
You face me with all the shit you've been saving and saying to me. You had all this time to think about it now. The album trying to about face me.
In 2005, Sway and Tech dropped their 3rd studio album, Back to Basics. And on the track I Wish You Would, featuring Chino XL, Royce da 5'9", and Cannabis, it's believed that Cannabis took shots at Eminem on his verse. It was also believed that he dissed 50 Cent and G-Unit on this verse as well.
Who you roll with? Your man's a clown, nigga. A couple quick snapshots, you out of the picture. Put you on the A-list. Your faceless assassin looks like Ghostface before 36 chambers. Hang around gorillas, your fragrance becomes apis.
On November 1st, 2005, Cannabis...
Hey, Eminem did sound like that nigga did. I ain't gonna lie, he did sound like him.
dropped his 7th studio album, Hip Hop for Sale. And on the track Dear Academy, he shouts out all of his friends in the industry that made it, including D12 and Eminem. He also mentioned him subliminally, saying that he ran 8 miles. That same year, a track leaked called The Ballad, where Cannabis directly addressed the beef with him and Eminem. This song was rumored to be recorded in the UK around 2001 or 2002.
A kid said Eminem wanted to hurt me. He called my name out more than a few times and tried to embarrass me. His rhyme was very weak. I didn't know he had words for me. I bet he's probably never even heard of me. Ever since I met Stan, he took it kind of personally. It didn't even occur to me he was involved personally with Stan earlier than me. Now he's perturbed at me. I seen him on the street last week. He cursed at me. He told me him and D12 were gonna murder me.
In late 2005, Cannabis signed with Head Trauma Records and linked up with Phoenix Orion to form the Cloak and Dagger duo. While promoting their album Defcon Zero on a freestyle called 4 Verses, Cannabis would take shots at Eminem and confirmed that Mike Club 2 was being made. He referenced the alleged Fight Club battle he was supposed to have. This beef would die down until in 2007, Cannabis was doing a show to promote his new record, From Whom the Beat Tolls. While doing a show, he let a fan go on stage and grab the mic, in which the fan said, "It's all about Cannabis, fuck Eminem." Fast forward all the way to 2019, and on July 19th, 2019, Eminem linked up with Conway the Machine to drop the track Bang. And on his verse, he actually mentions cannabis.
That was back when I smoked cannabis. Man, but it was tough because I was a fan of his.
After that, nothing else happened in
That shit crazy. Them motherfuckers still beefing. God damn.
beef, and it completely died out. The hopes of having a Cannabis and Eminem rap battle is a fantasy at this point. We both know what these two are lyrically capable of, but the question is, who is the better rapper? Eminem or Cannabis?
I know he ain't just say that. But hey, I fuck with it, man. Go ahead and comment down below what y'all want to see next. See you in the next video.